Right, good day everybody. Welcome to day 4. That means it's 59 days to go. I haven't finished it yet. Far from having it finished. Well, I am having an enjoyable time. So we talked yesterday about finishing up in here, which actually we did. It took longer than anticipated because of some of the little spots of rust and things that were creeping in. But I think that's actually ready to get some paint on. We also had to cover this up last night because of rain. So one of the things about doing paint from bare metal or having exposed bare metal, especially in this humidity, is it doesn't take very long to get rusty. So I mean, it was yesterday. We have slight oranging on here. So before we do actually paint it, I've got to go over it again and make sure there's none of this orangey stuff on it. So just been having a chat with the paint guy, the guru himself, and I'm not the fittest of people, and I haven't really got huge blocks of time that I can just say, right, I'm going to sort of plough through this in one go. I've got to dash off to the office and do bits of work, and get phone calls and messages I've got to answer. So it's quite difficult sometimes to just to say, right, I need 3 or 4 hours without interruption. In fact, it's impossible. So what the plan was I was going to put the epoxy primer in there, let it go half a couple of days, scuff it off, and then paint the white, the diamond white. That's the diamond white that everybody says is cool. But the paint guru says to just wet it. So put the primer in there, give it about half an hour to flash off, and then go in there with a white and just paint while it's still tacky and wet. So I'm actually going to do that. That's actually going to be the plan now, because I think that will save a lot of time. One of the issues though is we are working in a very confined space. So you sort of clean up and do a day's work and it gets really messy again, and sort of continually tripping over stuff. I don't think that's an ideal work environment. So I had a bit of a think, and I'm going to go down to the hardware shop. I'm going to buy some more of these cheapish tarps, and we're going to get the transit out. I'm going to put the transit out there. I'm going to probably have to move the old Granada. Maybe the Granada comes to where the Isuzu is, and the transit can go out and just get sheeted up. There is bare metal on it, but it's already sort of surface rusted. But if we sheet it up properly with a big sheet, it should be okay. So if the transit van goes out, we can spin the Sierra around 90 degrees and have it long ways in the shop. We can tidy up. We can have this little alcove in there with a sheet down there as well, and then we can put these shelves in there, we can put the tool trolley in there, we can put the welder in there, because space is a real problem. Just everywhere I go, I'm going to move something to put something down. So that's going to take time, obviously, but I think in the long run it's better than working in a cramped, dirty space. We'll be able to clean up at the end of each day properly, and we'll be able to work a lot more conveniently. I can probably get the car into a position where it can stay until it's painted. So get it up on axle stands right in the middle of the room, get the rear axle off it, and we can start refurbishing that as well. And yeah, I reckon that's the way to go. So I'm just going to start doing that maybe pretty much straight away. It's pointless sort of carrying on in a mess. So I should probably go out today and pick up those sheets and work on getting things rearranged. The other thing I'm going to do today, I haven't finished the crossmember yet. We were talking about flipping that over. Well, I tack welded some end plates in. We were talking, Dylan's suggestion was to flip that over and drop it in. which I did. I thought, well, hang on, I don't need to flip it over. We just drop it in like that. So that to me looks even better. Got it the same height as the cuts, and we can just weld that in solidly. But before I weld it in, the reason why the rack's back over here is because if I just weld it in, I mean, you can actually flex it. You can sort of like, well, flex it. There's a lot of movement in it. Hang back. I'm just going to put this down. Get the rack out. Yeah, the rack basically is going to be in there, bolted in, and then we'll weld it up so that it doesn't flex, it doesn't twist, we don't lose any of its shape. What I did yesterday was I repaired all this. I couldn't get all the dents out, there's still some dents here, and I got an oil sandbag and made a much better job of it. So instead of being totally flat now, it's got its form back, which is good. So I'll try and get that welded up today, bolt the rack in, tack it, take the rack out, fully weld it, and we get that sent out for powder coating. It's quite handy to have that done because it makes moving the car around a lot easier, because you could just put a jack on it and axle stands and whatever. So yeah, that's quite an important thing to have. I mean, I can actually pick the front of the car up and wheel it around like a wheelbarrow, but that's not health and safety. So a couple of messages. Tim said to me that I should write stuff down, then I wouldn't be thinking about it when I went to bed, because I already got it off my mind. So I wrote it down. There we go, started that. And these are some of the comments that we've had over the last 24, 48 hours. So got to follow a Sasquatch. I can't work out whether I know you personally or you're just a you know, follower from out there. But yeah, Safety Beard, you're spot on there, mate. It saves an awful lot of trouble with shit flying around, and when you fall flat on your face, it's you know, stops you showing the bruises. I've written there that Gary thinks it's easy living out here, drinking beer every day and you know, having the lovely sunny days. Well, I know he doesn't really believe that, because it is blinking hot out here, and like, I'm standing in front of a fan, because if I don't, I should just like leak out everywhere. And the other guy's got Chris and Nugent. I didn't give him a mention yet, but cheers, Chris. Sid, if you check out Sid, actually, I probably have to go onto one of my posts or one of my videos, and you'll see him. Sid's XR3i Restoration. He's got his own channel, and similar sort of I don't know, approach to me. You know, does everything himself, tries to do things really like thinking outside the box, and you know, he's getting some good solutions there. And then Dylan, we've just covered you, mate, with that cross member. So yeah, you're still on the good boys list. So yeah, things to do. I've got to clear the office still and get the engine, the Durotech, into the office, and the wiring loom. Move the transit, and I've still got to do, well, I'll do that today. Prep the sunroof area and the boot area. I think that's it. So I won't keep you any longer. Thanks so far for your continual support and watching the videos. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed yet, I think we're at 487 subscribers, something like that. It'd be good to get the extra 13 subscribers. We need to get to 500, because that opens up some options for me. And then obviously the long term is to try and push and get to 1,000 subs. But yeah, if you do watch, or you do find it interesting, or you can't sleep and you need you know, someone really to bore you to sleep, subscribe. Alright, I'm gonna go. Cheers. Get on with my work.